Hey there, hi there, ho there. Welcome to Toon'd In. I'm Josh the Fox Mills. I review cartoons, no matter how new, no matter how old, no matter the cost. After 5 episodes of looking at fairly old cartoons, it's time I live up to my catchphrase and review something a bit more modern. Say, what's hip and trendy right now? Superheroes! Ah yes, superheroes. What could be a bigger fantasy for a kid than becoming their favorite superhero and stopping the bad guy? The only hard part is what superpower you would take. Well, what if you could be any hero you wanted and have any power you want? That's the focus of today's cartoon. Ladies and gentlemen, come back after the credits and I'll take a look at Ben 10. Nominated for 2 Emmys and winning 1 for Outstanding Individual Achievement in Animation, Ben 10 was a concept brought to life by Man of Action Studios, a group of comic book artists who came together to form their own studio. Members of Man of Action include Duncan Rolu, Joe Casey, Joe Kelly, and Steven T. Seagal. During that time at Marvel Comics, Man of Action also created Big Hero 6, which later became a hit Disney movie. But since I don't review comics or movies, we'll move on. The pilot episode aired on December 27, 2005, and the show ran for nearly 3 years, ending on April 15, 2008. The show stars the titular character, voiced by Canadian-born voice-acting goddess Tara Strong. The theme song is incredibly catchy and explains the plot perfectly. I love it when that happens. It should really be checked out, but I do present this poetry reading of the lyrics to help you make an informed decision instead. It started when an alien device did what it did, and stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's Ben 10. Now if you see him, you might be in for a big surprise. He'll turn into an alien before your very eyes. He's slimy, creepy, fast and strong. He's every shape and size. He's Ben 10. Armed with powers, he's on the case, fighting off evil from Earth or space. He'll never stop till he makes them pay, 'cause he's the baddest kid to ever save the day. Ben 10. Thank you. Thank you. Ben 10's real name is Ben Tennyson. Aha! I see what you did there. The plot follows young Ben Tennyson on a summer vacation road trip across the country with his cousin Gwen and grandfather Max. During the trip, a meteor falls to Earth. Ben investigates and discovers that it's in fact not a meteor, but an alien device called the Omnitrix, a powerful weapon capable of changing the wearer into various alien species. Ben 10 is similar to the 1966 comic book series Dial H for Hero. But there are several differences here to make Ben 10 its own original work, in my own opinion. Ben 10 had a handful of recurring villains, such as the cyborg alien titan Vilgax, the mad geneticist Dr. Animo, the rogue alien who escaped from the Omnitrix Ghost Freak, the magicians Charmcaster and Hex, and finally the amalgamated monster Kevin 11. Kevin 11's real name is Kevin Levin. Aha! I see what you did there. The Omnitrix had 10 aliens it trusted Ben to become at first. Kind of a starter pack for beginners. Ben's first 10 aliens included a multi-limbed strongman named Forearms, a rock-solid crystal called Diamond Head, the Human Torch, Heat Blast, a savage beast called Wild Mutt, the super-fast Accelerate, the hyper-intelligent Grey Matter, acid-spewing Stinkfly, anthropomorphic angler shark Ripjaws, enhancing Technoblob Upgrade, and the Space Phantom Ghost Freak, until Ghost Freak escaped the Omnitrix and became a villain, at which point he was replaced with the Rolling Wrecking Ball Cannonbolt. The Omnitrix seemed to have a sort of sentience, deciding to change Ben into aliens he didn't ask for, which usually wound up being the better choice. This, of course, proves that the easiest solution is not always the right one, and that might does not always make right. We find out later in the series that Grandpa Max is part of a secret organization that monitors and regulates alien activity on Earth. What do they call this group? Why, the Plumbers, naturally! Why not? He worked for Mario. And just like a plumber, I have an appointment elsewhere, so it's time we wrap this up and find out... What does the fox say? I remember really liking Ben 10. It was a serviceable superhero action show with an overarching storyline. 10 heroes in one allowed for 10 times the action figures without cranking out dull, non-developed characters. Ben 10 would go on to make several sequels, a few movies, and a yet oncoming reboot series in 2017. If you like superhero action tunes, or are into science fiction, I highly recommend giving this series a chance. We're once again at the end of a show. I hope you're ready for next week. Pack your bags, because we're going to be going on a wonderful trip into the psychedelic world of Sid and Marty with H.R. Pufnstuf. Until then, this was Josh the Fox Mills saying to you, my friends, stay tuned.